If you're looking for a long-term fix for shoulder pain, then look no further, because here are the top 5 exercises to deal with shoulder pain. At number 5, it's banded internal rotation. This, as suggested by the name, is going to work the internal rotators of the arm, so one half of the rotator cuff. Make sure to keep the elbow pinned into the side. You can use a towel as pictured in the video to make sure that that happens and that the elbow doesn't stray away from the side. Make sure not to stray into excessive external rotation and complete 3 lots of 10 repetitions. At number 4, we've got banded external rotation. We've got 2 external rotators of the rotator cuff, so this will be taking care of them. As with the internal rotation, make sure to keep that elbow pinned into the side. Don't let it come away from the side. Use a towel or another object to make sure that that happens. Keep the shoulders pinned back and try to feel the muscles in the back of the shoulder blade working. Repeat for 3 lots of 10 repetitions. Number 3, we've got the uppercut press. Now we move from the rotator cuff onto serratus anterior. Serratus anterior fills the gap between the rib cage and the scapula. And in training that, recruiting and activating it, we're giving ourselves a stable foundation for the shoulder to move from. With this, we keep the wrist facing you at all times. As soon as that wrist wants to externally rotate, that's the end of the range of motion. You can feel serratus anterior to make sure it's working. Complete 3 lots of 10 repetitions. If you've not got a dumbbell to hand, you can use a resistance band. Place the resistance band under the leg and make sure it's as far up the thigh as you can get it. With this, the strength curve is going to change slightly, meaning that the movement's going to be slightly harder at the top than it was at the bottom, so reduce the range of motion as needed. Again, complete 3 lots of 10 repetitions, making sure that you've got an appropriate strength band. At number 2, we've got the lying scapular press. Again, we're looking at serratus anterior here. 3 of the 5 exercises focus on serratus anterior, signifying the importance of the use of that muscle when it comes to dealing with shoulder pain. We're lying down flat on the floor with an arm outstretched in front of you and some kind of weight in your hand, although that's not completely required. Feel serratus anterior, it's the rib-like muscle just under the armpit, and push the arm out forward. Make sure to keep the elbow extended and try not to shrug the shoulder. We're trying to get serratus anterior working. That's going to pull the shoulder blade around the rib cage and lift the shoulder up and away from the floor. Complete 3 lots of 10 repetitions for this one. And at number 1, we've got the daddy of all shoulder exercises, which is the scapular wall press. Here again, we're working with serratus anterior in the most functional way that we can possibly train it. Make sure not to elevate the shoulders as seen here. Keep the shoulder blades low, tucked into the back pockets, and try not to bend the elbows. We're squeezing the shoulder blades together and then pushing them away from each other, which is the position that serratus anterior is going to be used most. To make this more challenging, we can move to a raised surface. So that might look something like the edge of a sofa, a bed, or a kitchen worktop. Here, pictured on the treatment couch, we're at a 45-degree angle, so we've got slightly more body weight pushing us down, which paradoxically can make the movement slightly easier. Again, don't shrug. Keep those shoulder blades tucked into the back pockets and make sure you can feel the rhomboids working as you squeeze the shoulder blades together and serratus anterior working as you push them apart. And for the final progression of this one, we're taking it to the floor. So we've got the full body weight in this high plank or beginning of a push-up position. It's going to make things more challenging, but it's the most functional of the 3, because this position, when you're pushing the scapula away from each other, should form the start position of any kind of upper body resistance exercise. And if you're not quite feeling serratus anterior or the muscles at the back of the shoulder, you can just loop a resistance band around the wrists, apply some pressure there so you're pushing the wrists away from each other, and repeat the movement. You should begin to feel the muscles that you're targeting work more efficiently in this position. If this video was useful, please subscribe, like, and comment. It helps the channel, and I hope this has been helpful.